So you probably found this because you're looking for a basement ceiling idea, and this is one I had. Look at that, it's beautiful. It's drywall in the little squares, and then 1x4s as the ribs and the spines, we'll call them. So I'm going to take you through how I put this up. Here's just like a shot to show you what it is. I'm trying to use this camera thing. There's my 3D printer, but yeah, it's really nice to have the pop-up. It's like a suspended ceiling, but has a different look to it. So this is the final product, and I'll show you how I build it in the next scene. Thanks. All right, hey internet. I'm gonna put up an alternative to a suspended ceiling, so I thought I'd share this project because I'm pretty excited about it. So we're in my basement. This part's finished. I did a country plank ceiling over there, and then in this little office room I'm gonna do like a coffered ceiling. And the advantage of that is I'll still have access to the area up there, the joists. So you see these 4 runs of 2x4s. Those are going to be the center supports. I just kind of went around the window because it's right in the middle of the room, and then there's one on each side. And I secured those with 4-inch, let's see, I'll just show you what they are. These things. Yeah, so I put a bunch of those in there. And 2x4x8s, they weren't quite long enough, so I had to tack on another one, but this is just the underbelly, so it's not going to matter what it looks like. So next I'm going to put up this trim, and I'll show you that when it's up. Okay, so this 1x4 is going to go up on that first 2x4. So I'm going to liquid nails it in the middle. Yep. And then clamp it onto there, and then shim it to make sure it's level. If it's out of the level, it could be an issue as we move further into the project. And then I'll screw it in. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so that first spine is up, and then I've got the second spine here. It's just clamped up, right? So for the ribs, I have these things, which are a 2x2 with a 1/2 inch over the edge, connected to a 1x4 with, should I use the other side? With liquid nails, and then that finishing screw. So these I'm going to put up, but not screw them in, because that's going to allow us to access the drywall if they're not screwed in. And they should lay flat when the drywall's in there, because you're going to have that pressure on it. So I'm going to use these, put all 5 in, so that it's a tight fit with this, so I can still slide this around because it's just clamped. All right, we'll go from there. I just finished putting together this last set of ribs, rack of ribs. So, and these ones I was kind of pushing it over and then drilling it in to fit the rib. But here on the last portion, I put the spine next to the wall in first, so that I could kind of push it next to the wall in some places where the wall's not quite straight. That way, this board is probably slightly crooked and the room's not quite square. It's probably my fault, but anyway, it's important for this last section of ribs, because instead of measuring them all the same, I actually measured each space individually, so that any differences in squareness of the room or of the wall are made up by having the correct width of a rib. So I think that's pretty important to do if you're gonna do this too. So next I'll fill all of the holes. I already started, and I'm using this Minwax color matched white wood filler, and it's working out really nice. I like this product. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you the next step. All right, so everything's painted. I spaced those out appropriately, which I'm bad at arithmetic. It took me a while to figure that out, but they're all even. So on the ends, I screwed them in from the top using a trim nail, just because I don't want those ones to move around, and they're not going to have the counterbalance of drywall on the wall side. So I screwed those in. And then now I'm going to go cut the drywall. And I'll show you that. I'm doing a 1/2 inch overhang on each side. So it's the area of the square, and then on the perimeters it's +1 inch. Okay, here's the drywall. I put 2 coats of primer on it. I'm gonna cut these. This drywall has tapered edges, so I don't want that on the ceiling because it's gonna be noticeable. So I gotta cut in the middle. And also you'll see I got a lot of drywall relative to ceiling area. There's gonna be a lot of waste, just the way the math worked out for me. I probably should have planned that a little better, so that I'm not throwing away 2 sheets of drywall, but it is what it is. So we'll start cutting.